Okay, well, we're gonna go ahead and get started. So we wanted to have this training in the summer so that staff could come if they wanted, but also so faculty could come and not have like classes interfering with them being able to come and stuff like that. So let's talk about how to leverage your Microsoft Teams for your productivity within your office, within your groups, those kinds of things. So why should we use Teams? I mean, I have email, so what's the big deal? Well, Teams provides you with a structured workspace to be able to exchange information in real time. And it allows you to be more flexible and have more interactive meetings. It does have a secure phone system, and it's part of our Office suite that we already pay for, and a bunch of the Office third-party apps integrate with it perfectly. So when you open up your Teams, it will look a little something like this. Come on, little friend. So this is the desktop app. You can still access it through the web browser, but it doesn't work quite as well as using it through the web app. You can find it by going to your Windows bar right here, and then Microsoft Teams is right there. Now, on my computer, I have it where it will automatically start up when I start my computer. So the best way to do that and to change any of your settings is to go to what we call the jelly bean. So this is the jelly bean right here. And you click on settings, and you can change it to dark mode. You can put it in high contrast. You can do all kinds of different things, but right here is where you click to auto start the application. So the application, anytime that you start up a computer, it will automatically start up the application for you. You can either open a new chat in a main window or in a new window. So it'll pop up like a little pop-up if you want a new chat. And you can even schedule out of office on it. Any questions so far? Awesome, awesome. So the first thing that we want to look at, oh, not when it does that. Is just some of the functions of Teams. So if you look, number one is the activity button. So if you've ever gotten those emails from HR that says certify that you worked 40 hours this week, that's where that's going to show up. Also, things like if somebody likes one of your chats or sends you a GIF, those will also show up in the activity, or if you miss a call from someone. The second thing is that your calendar from Outlook is also synced up to your Teams, so you can look at your calendar inside of your Teams just like you can your Outlook. And also files. So any files that you send through Teams will be saved in that file as well as saved in the chat. Questions so far? Okay. So the search bar is your best friend. So that's this thing.
Tish, I have a quick question.
Absolutely, Terry.
I just opened files and it's got every graded message that I just sent through Sakai to my students. I've never used Teams before.
If you sent them through your email, because Teams and Outlook are linked together, that's probably why they're in there.
I didn't send them through my Outmail. I sent them through Sakai.
That
That's very interesting.
is very interesting.
We'd be happy to help her. look
I
into that.
I can look and find out why that did that. In fact, the one that I have pulled up right now. Yeah. See, this is the one that we sent all of the evaluation messages out on, and so that's really interesting that yours are
Well,
on there.
I didn't have it on OneDrive, but when it went to OneDrive, it has everything I've done in the last
Are your
January 2. It's got a bunch of stuff and I've never used this stuff here. Interesting.
That is interesting. Unless it's somehow linked to your Outlook account, those files and they're in your OneDrive. That may be how they're there, but
Yeah.
I'd have to look into it.
I mean, that's, I've heard of instance of one of the advantages of it. You get to have
Yes.
other things.
I can't understand what he said.
Nate was just saying that that's one of the advantages of Teams is that you can get to your OneDrive from Teams so that you can share files through there. But I'm not sure how your Sakai messages would have gotten in there.
Okay.
Sorry.
Well, if that's what it's doing, it's going to my OneDrive.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So good. Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. So this,
Keith asked, Kim Madsen asked if the PowerPoint will be available after that.
the PowerPoint will be available along with the video. Absolutely. So this search bar that's at the top is how you start a new conversation. So if you guys want to go into your search bar and type in my name, you will see that my picture will pop up and you just click on that and now you can send me a new message. And to type a new message, you just type down there in the box where it says new message. And then you just click send or hit enter and it will send me a new message. So if you guys, let's see here. Here they all are. Sweet, sweet. The other nice thing about Teams is that you can do a video or a phone chat. And these are like a mini Zoom. So it does this, it has the same functionalities of Zoom, only you don't have to go and create a link and send it to somebody. You can just click on that little icon right there that looks like a video camera, and you can have it pull up a video chat with one person or multiple people. I'm getting all of the messages. Yay. Okay, questions about any of those things? Oh, Joanne's trying to call me. Very nice, Joanne. Works just great. The other thing you can do is screen share. So you can 100% share your screen, but the nice thing that you can also do is allow someone else to control your screen. So yesterday, Keith and I were trying to figure out a problem in Canvas, and we were sharing the screen through Teams. So he was able to go in just like he would remote into my my machine. We just did it through Teams since we were already having a conversation on there. It allows, like, if you were to say you were out of town and you needed help with something in your Canvas or your Sakai, you could call me on Teams and you could share your screen and give me control, and I could go in and help you with whatever that particular task was. The other cool thing is Teams. So that's what this platform was built for, was this collaborative portion. And so you can make a team out of any group of people. Nate and I have our own team, which is called the Dynamic Duo. We have a Canvas project implementation team. We have a student assistant team. So all of our student assistants are in there. We use that to be able to track their schedule, to be able to send them files, all kinds of stuff. So you can have focused private conversations with a group as opposed to having to create a group message. And you can also be able to create channels, what we call channels within there, to be able to give some people who are part of the group access, and then some people who don't need access to certain files, you can keep them in the general loop, but they don't have access to the private loop. Yeah. Oh, sorry. Yeah, come on in. So when you bring up your teams, the main page with all of your teams that you're a part of will come up the first time you go in. If you have been inside of a team since the last time you were in your Teams application, it'll default to the last team that you were interacting with. So you're like, Tish, you're using the word team like 150 times. So let me show you what I mean. So as you can see, there are a bunch of teams right here. These are all public teams. So this is the first time I've opened up Teams on this computer. So it's bringing up all of the teams that I could be a part of, okay? If I wanted to go into this particular team, of course. So this is how you would create a team if you wanted to create a new team for like a group that you were going to be part of. You can put the name of the team and then what description, whatever description you want. So Microsoft Teams training test account. And then you can set it to public or private. So if you're doing a private one, that means that only you can add team members, or people that you say are owners can add team members. If it's public, anybody can ask to join. I'm going to make this one a private team, and I'm going to add all of you guys to it. So we've got Amanda Lewin. We've got Terry Wood. We've got Gepu. We have Joanne. We have Ann Richardson. Is it Ann Richardson? I just see A. And as you can see, Amy, sorry about that. As you can see, as you start typing in a name, it will try and auto-populate it for you. So there's Stacy, Shelley, Nate. And Nate's is Nathaniel. Kayla. And Tina. And Gary. And then who else do I have? Dr. Tara Hart. And Kim Madsen. And Keith. Keith's like, don't add me to that. And Simon. Simone. All right. So then you just add the people that you want. It's going to add everybody as a member, just as a general rule. But let's say that I wanted to make Nate a owner. I just go in and switch him to owner, and now he can add people to the group if he wants. So this is what a team looks like. You can have individual conversations within the team. Yeah, Keith. You can send gifts. So it's a fun way to spice up your interactions with people. But you can add new conversations, you can add files, and you can add other applications. So for example, You can add shifts, you can add a stream, you can add PowerPoint, so that you can work within PowerPoint within your group, so everybody has access to that PowerPoint. There's all kinds of things that you can add in here. So let's go back to the PowerPoint so we can see where we're going next. So that a new conversation is just clicking this button right here. And let's say that I want Nate to look at this and know that I'm talking to him. Can you check the chat, please? And that's going to tell Nate inside of his activity that he got a mention. That's what those are called when you do the @ sign. And then he can also reply directly to that particular chat, or he could start a new conversation. Questions about this so far? Okay, you can also.
I had a question, Tish.
Yeah.
We have a Bluebird box monitoring team that Crystal set up. How can I change like some of the file fields that we have for reporting whether there's a nest or whatever?
Are you an owner on that team?
I don't know how to find that out, I guess.
So, okay, so if you go into this,
I could do screen sharing with you.
yeah, so if you go into this little jelly bean right here, and you go to manage team, it will show you at the top who the owners are. And if you're not an owner, just let me know and I can talk to Joby or Keith about going in and having you switch to an owner since they have admin access.
Oh, I am an owner.
Oh, okay, so yeah, you can change things in there.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. Well, and that's handy because that shows you guys how you can find out who's part of the team. So Nate and I are owners, and then the rest of you guys are guests in here, or members. So you guys can do most anything except for add new members. And I don't think that you can add applications. But another great thing that you can do from your team is share files in here. So like Tina was talking about, they have a Bluebird nest file of some sort. And so you can add Excel files, you can add PowerPoint files, and everyone who's part of the group can go in there and edit those documents so that if I was part of the Bluebird group, I could go in and say, I saw a Bluebird nest on 6th and Bordeaux underneath my eave, and that's a way to be able to collaborate a little bit easier.
These are actually all on campus, so I'll do a shameless pitch to our team used to have 4 and now it has 1. And so I'm welcoming other people that want to monitor the Bluebird boxes on campus. There's 9 of them up on the trails.
Oh, wow. If you want to join, send Tina a Teams and she'll add you to the team.
Well, and Crystal set it up to be public.
Oh, okay, so you should be able to search it then. So if we were going to search it, we were going to go back to our general teams. Is it called Bluebird something?
Bluebird box monitors.
You should be able, okay. Well, you should be able to search it. It may be because I'm in a different kind of account that I can't do that.
Okay.
So the teams can use these files. You can upload them, you can download them. It also, when you create a team, it also creates a SharePoint site. So you can sync it up with SharePoint sites. It's a little more advanced. So if you want more information about that, you can send me a message and I'll give you that information. So we talked about where to manage your team. Adding a channel. So if we wanted to add a channel that was just for faculty that were in our particular team, we would name the channel faculty. And then we would, you can do it so that everyone on the team has access, or you can pick specific teammates to have access. And then you would just go in and add the particular members to that faculty channel. And so you guys cannot see the faculty channel, but like Dr. Dusick can see the faculty channel. You can obviously see it on my screen, but if you look at your team, you wouldn't be able to see it or access it. So that's how you can do that. You can also change the picture for the team so that if you don't like that picture, you can go in and you can manage the channel. And you can go to settings. You can turn off the GIFs if you don't want people, like if this needs to be a more professional thing, you can turn off the fun stuff. You can also get analytics from it as well and see who the users are, how many posts there are, things like that. Now I should be able to go in here and I should be able to change the picture. So you go to team picture and they have some like general ones, but you can also upload your own. So I'm gonna change this one to a gaming.
How'd you get there again, Tish?
So you'll go to the 3 jelly beans next to test for training, and you'll click on manage team. And then you go to settings. And then here's the team picture. And then you just change that picture right there. Other questions?
Okay, thank you. There's just no settings on mine because I don't have that access, I guess, huh?
Well, yeah. So you don't have that access on this.
Okay.
particular team, but wait,
All right,
if you
thanks.
created your own, you would have that access. When you are using the chat function within Teams, it is best if you reply to the chat unless you're starting a new like thread. So think of it kind of like a discussion board where, you know, here are all of our introductions. So we're going to put all of those underneath one thing. But then when we start the new discussion board, we would put it under the next. So that's just a way to keep all of the information about a particular subject close together. We talked about file sharing and how you can upload. So you just click on files and you can upload from your computer. So see if there's any, like there's my Excel training from the last time. So I can just upload that. And now everyone has access to that because I put it into the general channel. Now, if I just wanted the faculty to have a particular file, let's say that I wanted them to have, wow, there's nothing on here. This particular file, then I could upload it and the faculty, whoever's in that faculty channel would have access to that file, but the people in the general channel would not. Does that make sense? Okay. You can also have what's called a team calendar. Now this calendar is going to be separate from your Outlook calendar, but it's a good way to be able to put like, we have our vacation and leave calendar for the King Library as a separate calendar so that we can go in there and see when anybody's going to be gone, as long as they add it, obviously. So all you do is you go to this add a tab and you type in calendar and you choose this calendar pro. And you just click add. And so, oh, I put that in the faculty one, of course. Let me go add it on here. So we should. And anytime you add an app, you can post to the channel about that app. Like, let's say that we wanted this to be our leave calendar. And you can choose whether it's a standard or if you're trying to be able to schedule specific rooms, you can choose that kind. You can choose what the default display mode is, and then what's the first day of the week. And you can change it so that everybody in this channel can edit it or only the creator of this calendar pro. So I'm going to add this in here. And if everybody wants to go and choose like a day that we're going to pretend like you're gone. So you click on the leave calendar, which is up top. And then you just click on the day. And I'm going to say Tish gone. And it's an all day thing. And I can even pick what color I want to be. So I'm wearing red today, so I'm going to put red. And I hit save. And you can see that it shows up on the calendar. So if all of you guys want to go into this general team and see if you can figure out how to put a random day that you're gone on there.
Teach, may you please do that again
Yeah, absolutely.
from the beginning?
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, so you're in general and up at the top, it says leave calendar. So you're going to click on that. Haha, never going to work again. So then you click on whatever day you want, or you can even hit plus, the plus sign or the new, and then you just add the title. You can, if you don't want it to be all day, you can take off the all day, and you can put a specific time, and then you just choose whatever color you want, and then you hit save.
Okay, but how did you get to this general part? When I click my
You click
calendar,
on Teams.
oh, okay.
Yep.
Oh, okay, got you.
Yeah,
Thank you.
no problem. Look at everybody figuring it out. So this is a great way if you don't want to put it on your like Outlook calendar, or if certain people don't have access to your Outlook calendar, then you can share this with your team so that you can get a better idea of when people are going to be there, when they're not. Oh, you know what? I may not have added Crystal too here. Hold on. There we go. We'll add you to there, Crystal. Yeah. Okay, so that's the calendar function. So that's a great way to be able to coordinate with people, put some informal meetings on things. We use it for our student workers since we only have 2 of them, but they can go in and put when they're going to be gone and what their schedule is on there as well. The next cool tool I'm going to teach you about is something called tasks.
Tish,
So, yes.
I have a quick question on that calendar. They're
Yes.
color coded, but how do I know who's who? Because that one never going to work again.
So
Who is that?
that's Keith Crowfoot. So if you look down here at the bottom where it says created by, it has their tag right there.
Okay, thank you.
Yes, absolutely.
Tish,
Yes.
Shelley Freer is asking if the team's training routine is going to disappear later, or do they need to delete it?
I can delete it out.
I
Yeah.
think that's a thing that people that created the team can do.
Yeah, the owners can delete it. You can leave a team. So let's say that you no longer want to be part of this team. You just click on the jelly beans next to the team name and just click leave the team. I can't leave the team because I'm the creator. But you guys could leave the team if you so chose. But don't leave yet because we got one more cool thing. So this one is called tasks. We're doing a big inventory project in the library. And so this is a really cool way to keep track of who is responsible for certain tasks and when they're getting them done and those kinds of things. So you just click on that add tab right here. And then you click on tasks. And then you can name that task whatever you want. So if you wanted to name it inventory, and you hit save, and it's gonna come up like this. So let's say that I had, I was gonna have Terry do the 0s through 099. And I set her a due date of the 17th, and I assigned it to Terry, okay? And I add that task. Now Terry knows that she's got this task, and when she's done with it, she can just go and mark that task as complete. It will tell me who completed that task or who marked it as complete. And it will allow me to keep track of who's doing what. This is a really great way if you have like a big project that you're doing and you need to assign different people different responsibilities and give them due dates. This is a great way to do that as well. So if I wanted to do the 100s through 199, and we want that done by the 17th, and I'm going to assign that to Joanne. And now, if Joanne didn't think she could get it done by herself, I can go in and add Amanda to help her out. And so now it shows that Amanda and Joanne are in charge of the 100s through the 199. Questions about that? You can have it in list form. You can have it in schedule form. So this shows them what day of the month that task is done. You can have it in a chart form so you can see that we haven't started it yet. If you wanted to label it as different colors for the different tasks, you can do that. And so that is a great way to be able to do some big projects and kind of organize those a little more handily than, say, like an Excel sheet or something like that. Questions about tasks? Yes. Okay, so one of the things about Teams is that even if your Teams is closed, if someone sends you a chat in Teams, if you don't answer within a certain time period, it will also send you an email. Now that email will probably go to your other email and not your focused email if that's how you have it set up, but it will send you an email. You can also set it up where you just have it minimized, and when people send you a message, it will send you a little notification at the bottom. So to do that, you just go to your settings, which is your little jelly bean. And right here where it says notifications, you can change it so that you get an email as soon as possible if you know you're going to have your Teams off, or once every 10 minutes, once every hour, daily, however you want. You can have it do the Teams built-in notification and show a message preview and play a sound for incoming calls and notifications. Those come standard on there, but if you wanted to change it, you could. What other questions do you guys have about Teams or the ways that you can use it and stuff like that?
I have a question on our Bluebird box monitors again, just because it's the only team really that's active that I'm using. So it says I can export like the status of all those nests in a CSV file. If I send that to someone and like right now, Lucinda has staff who've made a bunch of repairs to the boxes. Is
Uh-huh.
there any way that they can type in that Excel and send it back to me and I can upload it? Or do you need to make the entries in Teams?
You can export it out, send it to Lucinda and have them make it, and then you can re-upload it, or you can just add them to the team and then they can make the changes within the document and you don't have to download it and upload it.
Okay, but it would repopulate my fields from the Excel
Yes,
file
it
if I
should.
upload it. Okay, thank you.
Is that the hallway or somebody talking to me? Okay. All right. Well, if you guys have questions about how to use Teams, other things that you can do with Teams, you can always send me a team. I was working with another faculty member and he's doing his virtual office hours via Teams. So he just put in his syllabus that if they wanted to reach out to him from this time to this time, he'd have his Teams up and all they have to do is just send him a little Meet link. So they would just, all you'd have to do is type in the name of the person, and then you just click the video call, and it'll just start up a meeting with them. And so that's how he's doing virtual office hours. So that's one way that faculty can utilize that. Any other things that I missed? Or
The biggest one, you could certainly build a Teams for your class.
you can build a Teams for your class. And Canvas, not set up yet, but it's almost there, has a Teams integration so that you can create a Teams for your class. And you can schedule, like where we would have scheduled Zoom meetings with our classes before, you can set it up as a Teams meeting and they can get to it from their Canvas. So that's another super awesome.
So Tish, is Zoom going to be gone in Canvas?
It will not be gone. It just will be different than, it's just a different way for you to be able to do that.
Okay, but Teams will be available and it will be automatic. Students will already be joined in once they're on Canvas in the class.
No, you'll have to set up the team for the class. So you'd have to go into the team here and you'd have to create a new team for that class and then link it to the class.
Okay.
But once it's linked, you don't have to generate any new links for them to sign into, and they can get into it through their Canvas as well.
Okay. And the benefit of that over Zoom, where it's already in the class and they're already linked to it?
So the benefit would be sharing files and being able to collaborate within Teams, where you can't do that within Zoom unless there's already a meeting going.
Okay, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Will they automatically have the app for Teams on our computers in the office? Or we have to do that each, we should, does it automatically set it up for us?
So like if you sign into a new computer,
Correct.
yeah, you should just be able to go into the start menu and click on that Microsoft Teams. And if you've logged in with your own credentials, it'll say, do you want to continue as Kim Madsen? And you just tell it yes, and bring it up.
Because I'm at homework right now and I'm having a hard time getting on that app.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
You can also access it through your web. So if you go to what we call the waffle, Teams is inside the waffle, and you can bring up Teams inside of the web application. The web application.
Great, thanks.
Yeah.
So you can share these files with students or staff, but you can't share stuff externally.
I don't think so, no.
Oh, no, that's the hard way.
You learned that the hard way. Yeah, we cannot at this point share things from external. So if you had like a project that you were doing with somebody from outside, yeah, it would not be possible, but
And that's too bad.
oh, Keith says something.
Yeah, sorry, just to interject on that a little bit. So we have set up partnerships with like Wayne State College in Peru in the system office to where we can cross the teams. I know they say don't cross the streams, but you can cross the teams as long as they're accepted. We are pretty open on that, and Microsoft is opening up more to be accessible to external. Within teams, we can reach out more if they're expanding that. But right now, for security and safety, so it's not just people randomly sending files and malicious stuff. We're pretty restricted to team groups being with Wayne State, Peru State, and the system office. However, you can still chat with people who are external. You just can't create groups and teams with them.
Keith, can we, specifically, I'm looking to be able to share things with UNMC, and we do have an MOU with them. How would I go about requesting them added to our approved list?
Yeah, so I don't know who the contact is there, but I'm sure someone does in our office. And I would just reach out and say, hey, we'd like to link up with you. What do we need to do? So yeah, I can get back to you on that after I hear from them to see if they'd be willing to do that.
Yeah,
That
that'd
would
be
be awesome, because, you know, when we're doing RHOP interviews, it would be so lovely to move this whole process into Teams.
awesome.